Welcome back to another vlog. Today is such an exciting moment because I finally get to tell you about all the research I've been doing since February 2023. Things are finally getting into motion, so that's why I wanted to make this video. And if you are seeing it, it means I presented my research at the SGU Research Day. I have been waiting for this moment for so long to present my own research. I am looking at previous medical records and figuring out how many PCR samples were done at the university and what were the SNAP 4D test results for Ehrlichia, Anaplasma, heartworm, Babesia, and Leptospira. So I am looking at all of those trends over the last 10 years on the island of Grenada. For the research day itself, I had to submit an abstract, which is basically like a summary of the research project in itself, and since we have so much material to talk about, it's really difficult to narrow it down on what we want to actually do. For our abstract, we are going to just do canines for the most part because we do have other species intermixed in the research that I found, but there wasn't enough to conclude what the trends were. I probably picked the hardest path. I am doing an oral presentation, and the oral presentation itself is only 10 minutes and 5 minutes for questions. And this gets sent out to the entire faculty to invite them to come to listen to my talk. I'm a little bit nervous because this is the first time I'm doing a solo project on my own. I've been really stressed out this term because I have been trying to finish this. I finally got through all the samples like 2 weeks ago, and I've been writing the abstract ever since and continuously sending it to my research mentors to get it edited the way they would like it to be done. The research day happens on November 2nd. It happens only every 2.5 years, so I missed the first one because I joined like a term after the research day already happened, because in order to join research teams at SGU, I believe you have to be a term 2 because they want to make sure that you are doing okay in your first term. They just want you to get settled on the island well before you start adding on extra stuff. And research is a big thing to add because it does take up a lot of time, especially when you want it to be done right. It's very interesting to see what the trends are looking like right now. And honestly, it looks like the vet school is helping out with the client education on this island because the trends seem to go downwards. It's really exciting, and I cannot wait to share this process with you because it is going to be a hectic 2 weeks before I get to that point. Today is October 14th, and I have to get my abstract submitted by the 21st. It's a lengthy process to do research, but I am all for it. I cannot wait. I am really hoping that they accept it. I did do some editing over the weekend for my second draft of the abstract, so I'm going to send that to my research professors now and probably have a meeting with them again this week to refine it and make sure it looks good. Just to update you guys pretty quickly, I did submit my abstract yesterday, and hopefully I should hear back in the next few days whether or not it's been accepted or approved by the research committee. Right now I'm kind of on standby, but I am already putting together the presentation just in case. I'm starting to make my bar graphs, my line graphs, and tables to compare the results with the PCR and SNAP tests for Ehrlichia, Anaplasma, and heartworm. I'm slowly starting to get everything put together, which is so amazing. I'm honestly exhausted, but I'm so excited to be putting this together, finally. My research project was accepted for the research day. At the moment, all I have is a brief breakdown on what's going to happen during the day. I do have my presentation time at 10:15, and I have to finish by 10:30. So that includes the presentation itself and answering any questions that the committee may have or the audience. Honestly, I was getting really worried earlier this week that it wasn't going to be accepted, and I don't know why, because it's a really good research project. I feel like I had a bit of imposter syndrome and didn't believe that I could get here, but now I'm here and about to present something next weekend. So I have a lot of work to do. I actually already found my PowerPoint template, so I'm so excited to share that with you because I looked for a good hour to find a good presentation that would work for a conference/research day. I can't wait to show it to you guys because I'm super excited. The data is finally coming together and I'm finally seeing the trends for the first time, and it's so exciting. I have been working on my research non-stop this whole weekend because I'm set to present next weekend. Tomorrow is Monday, so I am going to share the presentation with my professors first to make sure that they don't want to edit something or want me to include something that I may have forgotten. But I'm so happy with the product at the moment that I hope they decide not to change too many things, because most of my presentation right now is graphs and tables. It took me so much longer to get this done than I thought it would, and it took me forever to find the presentation itself, like the template. I had to be really strategic with it, but I think it finally looks good, so I'll show you. It's definitely a work in progress. It's not totally completed yet, but honestly, I'm quite happy with the product at the moment. It has all the main points down, so honestly, I think it's pretty good and I can start practicing my speech. I'm excited. It is the day before my research presentation, and I just got everything finalized today with my research professors on what they wanted me to say during my presentation, so I have felt really behind, honestly, with practicing my speech, putting it all together when I have to present at 10:15 tomorrow morning. And I'm scared because it's now almost 9 o'clock at night, and I have to get up probably around 6 so I can start getting ready. I just wanted to quickly go through what the presentation is kind of looking like right now. It's basically the same as what I showed earlier, but I did add some things to the conclusion section. I added an introduction section as well, and an acknowledgements section. I'm really grateful for how it's been coming together, and it is finally time to present this thing. After 2 years of working on this, it is finally time to present it, and I'm super excited. Very nervous, but super excited. There are so many people that I know that are presenting tomorrow or who have a poster, so I'm actually staying for the full day. Even though my portion starts at 10:15 in the morning, I technically have to be there by 7:30. So we can all get a group picture together and we can start getting into our breakout rooms, because there's so many presentations going on at one time that they've had to break it up into 3 or 4 separate rooms. I am back from my presentation. It went really well. I'm super proud of myself that I was finally able to do this despite everything that's been going on. It was a very good feeling to finally present it and get my career started in public health, and can't believe it's already begun. I will admit I was pretty nervous when I was starting, but as soon as I started getting into the actual part of the project, it got easier to talk about because I've been the sole person on this research project. There's been no other students working with me, so I knew it very well. I was able to answer all the questions at the end, so that was phenomenal. I did stay through the rest of the day until 5 o'clock just to watch all the other presentations and look at the posters, because people put in so much work into these projects, and I don't feel like it gets talked about enough. Overall, it's been a great experience. I finally have my first research conference done where I was the presenter. If you do have any questions about the research process here at SGU, just let me know down below in the comments, because I know not a lot of veterinarians are interested in doing research, but we honestly need students to work on research projects because there's so many going on at once, and the professors really appreciate the students' help, and there are a bunch of other research programs you can get involved with while you're at SGU. Let me know down below if you want to know more about those, and I will be happy to answer any questions you have. If you did like this video, please give it a huge like, and I will see you guys next week.